This is your Weather Extreme video for Sunday, May 13th, Mother's Day, and happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. We appreciate all the mothers, whether they're with us or not. Well, let's take a look at some imagery this morning. How about some water droplets on the sky cam? There's Birmingham, shot at Birmingham, and you can see, of course, the clouds and water droplets on the lens, so that we did have some rain overnight. Don't see any particular drops on the lens, but it looks kind of wet up there at Gadsden as we look out over the hilly terrain, and we can see the river there just in the distance. Speaking of river, how about Demopolis? We don't have a shot of the river, but we got a shot of the water tower, and you can see it is cloudy down there as well. Culprit is a surface low that is moving through the area and producing a nice band, or a nice shield of rain, actually, across the area. In the upper atmosphere, we're dealing with this somewhat broad trough that is in the lower Mississippi River Valley, and it is certainly taking its time getting on out of here. You can also see on the current conditions that there is another bit of a short wave in the central Rockies that is going to be coming out. That should be kicking things out of here finally. Temperatures across the vast United States and the continental United States, the lower 48, whatever you want to call it, are doing very nicely. We can see that only a few spots in the Rockies, higher elevations, where they're below freezing. No below freezing around us, fortunately. And we're basically sitting in the 60s for the most part, with a good deal of some fog and rain going on. The widespread view of the radar shows that we've got a pretty big shield of rain all the way from Kentucky across Tennessee and into Georgia and eastern Alabama. But since the trough is still off to our west, it means we're still going to be seeing showers and thunderstorms. As a matter of fact, taking a little bit closer look at the Birmingham radar, you can see that there are showers going on, so it's going to be an off and on kind of rain today. Additional rain over the next 5 days, most of that coming through about Monday or Tuesday. On the order of 1 inch, maybe just a little bit more, and I got 1.05 overnight with this particular situation. We're not looking at any serious risk of severe weather across the southeastern U.S., but there is marginal conditions that might produce some damaging wind gusts. Main slight risk area in New Mexico and extreme southwestern Texas. On day 2, the slight risk in Texas shifts along the Rio Grande to the southeast just a little bit, and our sea-text area moves up into the Carolinas. And then we have a sea-text area around Lake Michigan for day 3 with nothing else going on. All right, here's the 06Z GFS model run, and there's a look at what's going on in the surface map according to the GFS, and indeed, we are looking for additional rain and showers to develop today. In the upper atmosphere by Monday, we can still see we've got the broad trough. There's that trough that's coming out of the Rockies that hopefully will sweep this broad trough out of the area and get us out of the unsettled weather pattern. But at least for Monday, it looks like additional chances for some rain. The trough arrives in our area on Tuesday, so it looks like Tuesday we still, since the trough is still to our west at 18Z, it still looks like we have some chances for rain on Tuesday, but the rain chances are diminishing somewhat, so we have to keep rain in the forecast there, and you can see the GFS depicting that. When we get into Wednesday, the trough axis moves on by, so we actually come under a northerly flow, not especially cold because it's only tapping into air, basically across the central United States, so we're not talking about any real chill down, but certainly perhaps we'll see some reduction in the humidity somewhat. The trough axis continues to move east of us, so we stay in that northwesterly flow on Thursday. So once again, I think by Wednesday we begin to improve, and we certainly are taking the rain out of the forecast. Thursday the same way. Friday same way. We're seeing a little bit of a closed low on the Carolina coastline there, but we're west of that, so we should be in good conditions with the northerly flow diminishing somewhat. By Saturday, the northerly flow seems to pick up a little bit, as it seems that that little closed low over the Carolinas, as it moves slightly eastward, but it's kind of tightens up just a little bit, so increasing the pressure gradient. And indeed, we should have a good day on Saturday. And once again, on Sunday, we're still, west of the trough axis, so it looks like the good weather continues into next weekend, and you can see at the surface. We do have some mischief going on down there in the tropics, so that's going to be interesting to watch. Doesn't show up on the upper air pattern very much, but anyway, let's go out into voodoo country. There is the 23rd, Wednesday, and indeed, we have a little bit of a trough over the Gulf Coast, okay? Ridge north of that, but a trough over the Gulf Coast, so perhaps something somewhat unsettled. And, of course, I want to show the surface map for the 23rd. Look at the surface low it has over the Bahamas. Wow. Maybe we're going to start the 2012 hurricane season a little early. Well, I'm not going to go there. It's voodoo country. We have somewhat unsettled pattern on the 25th that continues, at least in the upper air pattern. And then finally on the 28th, it looks like we're under a ridge. So should be ending the month in a somewhat drier note. Well, that'll do it for the Weather Xtreme video. James Spann should be back with the next edition first thing on Monday morning. In the meantime, I hope that your day is a good one, whatever. And again, happy Mother's Day. Appreciate those mothers out there. And I hope that you have a great day. Godspeed.
Thank you for trusting us to be your #1 source for news
in all of Central Alabama.
in back-to-back ratings periods.
More people watched ABC 3340
than any other station in Birmingham.